Hi. Hello there, lovely people. It's Alex from Nintendo Life here. And yeah, today we're going to be looking inside this absolute monstrosity. Yes, this is the Darksiders Genesis Nemesis Edition. Nemesis, what the hell? It's the Nephilim Edition, and as you can probably tell, it's pretty chuffing chunky. THQ asked me if I wanted this, and I was like, nah, yeah, sure, whatever. You know, it's been a while since I've unboxed something, and there's not a lot else going on right now. And then my colleague told me to look at the price. Yes, this great big enormous thing, it's absolutely colossal. I do know what's in it, and obviously I'll be taking you through all that good stuff. This costs £350. £350. I don't quite know how to give you a sense of scale. It's hard to get in shot. I mean, just look at the size of the bloody thing. I can easily say without a shadow of a doubt, it is the second biggest thing I've ever opened on camera. Jesus Christ. The whole thing weighs a not inconsiderable 7 kilos, which for our American audience in Imperial is 0.13 hundredweight. I've got a rusty nail that came with the house when I bought it, so let's have a look at it. As I said before, I do know what's inside here, and I'm going to be giving you... Where do I even begin? I'm going to give you some close-ups and a better look at some things, if I can ever get the bloody thing open. I mean, I should have brought a knife, but I thought a nail would be fine. And to be fair, I've got it now. So I think there's some sort of sleep... God, I don't know how the hell I'd even film this any other way. Oh, a sleeve. It comes right off. Splendid. So the big thing that comes with this edition is an entire board game, if you can believe it. Yes, this is the campaign book. I'm gonna have to try and find some space to put this stuff down. Good God, this is a honking big board game as well. Good Lord. Out you come. Come on. Oh, okay, it's slightly less honking than I anticipated. Still relatively honking. This is Darksiders, The Forbidden Land, and I know absolutely nothing about it. To be brutally honest with you, it's like hexagons and stuff. It's a board game. I love me a board game. They seem to be very fashionable at the moment. I've got some friends who love board games. I am probably going to at least try this, because good Lord. And this is the other big honking part of it all. It's a bloomin' statue. I'll tell you what, let's put the statue to one side, because we're going to need a proper look at that. And that's the end of the box, pretty much. We did get a bit of foam. I'm a fan of foam. So we've got this as well, which I'm assuming is going to be the extra bits and bobs. There's things like, well, I'll take you through it rather than just listing them off without a visual aid. Ear game. Oh, that's interesting. I knew it came with a steelbook, but it's almost like a sort of a steel sleeve. So you have the standard game in there as well. I actually quite like that as a concept, because steelbook... Clonk. As much as I like steelbooks, I find that you have the case and then you have the steelbook and you have to kind of choose which one you want it to be in. And this you can kind of have both if you wish, if you can get it back in. It's alright, it's the cellophane. Not actually played the game yet, so I can't give any opinion about what the game is like. It's kind of like a Diablo, semi-Diablo. I don't want to compare it completely directly to that. Kind of sort of top-down, sort of thrasher, slasher, dungeon crawler type thing affair, which is a little bit different compared to the previous Darksiders games, but you know, stickers. And what have we got here? Ah, yes, this is the soundtrack, and it is indeed all the tracks of sound that you will hear in the game. Shiny. And then lastly, we've got an art book as well. What's the quality like overall of the paper? Pretty good, honestly. Yeah, fairly high GSM. Not that I'm a paper geek. I kind of am. My dad was in printing, so a bit of it's rubbed off on me. But yeah, generally pretty nice. I mean, not crazy high quality, but it's an art book. It's a nice little thing. Yeah. All right, let's get this figurine of Strife out. I love how it calls it a figurine. It says figurine. "-ine", a diminutive form of the word figure. It's a bloomin' statue. Don't short sell yourselves. Short sell yourselves. Oh, it smells of manufactured goodness. So I'm assuming we just take Mr. Strifey boy here and plump him Hang on, what? Ah, there we go. Finally got him on his base. Nearly. There, I think that's about as close as we're going to get. So yes, a pretty substantial figurine, as they say, of Strife, one of the Horsemen of the Apocalypse. Are they actually referred to that in game? I can't remember. I think they are. Oh, and incidentally, I've known a couple of people to say Strife wasn't a Horseman of the Apocalypse. It wasn't one of the Nephilim. The Bible actually only references one of the Horsemen of the Apocalypse, and I believe that's forgotten this one. So Yabu sucks. So let's have a closer look at this statue, or at least you will, and I can do it with my eyes. Overall, it's not bad. The molding is overall pretty good, a little bit soft in places, but you know, I mean, certainly the cape at the back and everything, well, I suppose it's more of a scarf, really, and then a little bit on his bum. It's overall pretty good, but I've got to say, I'm a touch disappointed at the quality of the paintwork. There are various places where it just looks like it's been dry brushed, and I can see splodges of paint where there shouldn't be, and it's a lot of just flat out metallic paint. I mean, from a distance, you know, it looks absolutely excellent. Let me just double check. Yeah, from a distance, it looks really good, but as soon as you get up close, it's just, I don't know, I don't know, I think I was just expecting maybe a tiny bit more detail. I mean, overall, it does work as a model, it really, really does. But even so, I think just given the prestige and the size of the box and the price and everything, I just expected something with a little bit, you know, finer detail. As I said, from a distance and generally on a shelf, it's gonna look absolutely fan-dabby-dozy, I reckon, but I don't know, I wanted a little bit more detail overall, that's all. And so, there we have it. I would ideally like to take a closer look at the board game, but I think that's really not what this channel's about, you know? I mean, I don't think we've ever looked at a board game before, but yeah, it looks pretty decent. I tell you what, let's at least look at the figures, how about that? Otherwise it feels a little bit like I'm just brushing over things. This is, okay, this is a pretty jam-packed kettle of cards and things. Just look, this isn't even all the cards, and there's more in there, and it's a lot. Oh wow, there's loads of little things in here. Okay, I think we're just gonna have to do a close-up where you can actually see it, because there's loads of little sausages in here, and there's this great big sausage which I'm gonna have to open using my hands. Hello. Okay, that's that's certainly a thing. Have a look at that. So we've got a lot of what appear to be sort of like minion type things, and thankfully I don't mean that in a yellow sense. You know, sort of maybe sort of generic enemies or something like that. Detailing, actually pretty good, you know, really not bad at all. I mean, they're small models, they're not going to be out of this world, but yeah, pretty good. I can see, okay, I can see why, there's a gap in this. I can see more why this is the price that it is, and perhaps the statue is not the biggest part of it. It's the board game, if I can open. Okay, so we got Death and War and all the others here, and yeah, honestly, they're pretty good. I mean, oh, actually, some slightly dodgy eye work there. But overall, largely, yeah, they're actually pretty nice models. The detailing is actually, I think, slightly finer on these than it is on the main big thing of Strife, which is slightly confusing, but by no means a bad thing. And there you have it. That is the... I can't even reach it. It's all... Well, I mean, I can. All right, I'll reach it. That is the Darksiders Genesis Nephilim Edition for the Nintendo Switch. Although, to be honest, it almost feels like it's mainly about the board game, to be brutally honest with you, which is no bad thing. Board games are tasty, very tasty indeed. And you get the Switch game as well, which is important. There have been some limited editions in the past, I can't remember any off the top of my head, that didn't include the game, and that was a bit wobbly. Is it worth £350 more than the console you play the game on? Well, if you've been watching this video and you think yes, then you've got your answer. If you're watching this video and you think no, you too have got your answer. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, then why don't you leave that subscribe button strewn all over your office floor, and be sure to check out nintendolife.com for all sorts of lovely Nintendo related content. Thank you again for watching. Bye bye. I wasn't joking when I said strewn.